Imagine if a large phone had the power of a PC. That's what the GPD Win 4 basically is. Being able to slide and have a full QWERTY keyboard, whew, this is a full-blown PC at this point. Hold on. This costs more than the Steam Deck, than the Lenovo Legion, than the ASUS ROG Ally and the Ally X. What? It's like a grand. Solid mind here, and the question for today is, should you buy the GPD Win 4? Now, this console, I've been looking at quite a few consoles in terms of handhelds. ASUS has the ROG Ally X. We have Lenovo with the Legion. We have what is it? Nintendo has their own handhelds, the Switch, and then there's obviously the Steam Deck as well. So there's quite a few good handhelds out there. So today the question is, in this market of all these good handhelds, should you buy the new GPD Win 4? Let's find out together.
We've got enough power here with that Ryzen chip, and the form factor is amazing. GPD Win 4, the design here is obviously really reminiscent of the PSP with some Vita tones, but we've got a lot more power here because this is actually...
Yeah, I was thinking this looks a lot like the PS Vista and the PS... I said it again, it's not Vista, it's Vita. The comments last time ruined me. Like they came for me. Every comment was, it's not Vista, it's Vita. Anyway, so this looks a lot like the PSP, the PSP Go, the PSP Vita. It has some pretty good specs. Ryzen 7. So for you non-tech people, Ryzen 7 is around the same as an i7 on the Intel side. So how can I describe an i7? So okay, so I'll give you a school analogy. So if you are in, like, secondary school, an i3 is the kind of laptops that students would get. It's powerful, but not powerful enough to really do a lot of tasks. The tasks you're meant to do are the basic, going on Word, going on Chrome, the basic stuff. And then you go to i5, that's more of the business end type. You don't really get i3s in the business space. That's more of, like a school teacher or somebody who's using, programs that will run okay. They don't need to run the higher specs. Then when you go to i7, that's when it's a more corporate type of, devices, so they can run at lower temperatures, better speeds. You can run much larger programs, CAD, computer aided design programs. Then on the i9 side, that is gaming level workstation. That is, you are running programs that chew up CPU usage, GPU usage. So these are more for like graphic designers, people who need, like really high-end computers. At this level, I don't think even CEOs need this. This is more about those people who need to work with a lot of programs that chew up CPU usage. On my computer, I am right now, after this, I will edit this on a PC and it will eat up 8 gigs of RAM the second I open it, like one app. So some applications just chew, CPU usage. So having an i7, which is the Intel version, but now in the R7, which is the AMD, the AMD is better for gaming, means that this basically is a computer level at a slightly higher level than most basic entry laptops. But the i7 means that it has the ability to, I guess, run faster, run better, and playing, these games, these higher level games, means that it being Ryzen 7 means that it shouldn't have any problems playing all these games if the display isn't too bright, like OLED, and if the other specs, like the DDR5 RAM, is also at a high level. So this one is 16 to 32 gigabytes, which is not too bad. Radeon 680, that's not bad. This has 2200 milliamp battery, not bad. 6-inch SHIPS 1080p, this is good. Having a 1080p display is not gonna be a bad thing. If it was OLED, this would need to be a lot higher, at least double or triple the amount. So it being a 1080p, 16 by 9, 60 hertz, 6-inch, which is around like an average phone size. Well, nowadays anyway. It's a pretty reasonable size device. It's basically saying, imagine if a large phone had the power of a PC. That's what the GPD Win 4 basically is.
And first up, we've got some PSP emulation using PPSSPP. Now with this, I'm at 4x resolution, but with a lot of the easier to run stuff, we can even go up to 10. So if you did want to connect this to, let's say, a 4K display, you could emulate your PSP games at 4K. On screen now, I've got Afterburner running.
All right, so PPSSPP. So this is emulation on this. Most handhelds can do emulation anyway, so this isn't something special. But for me is that it looks a lot like a PlayStation. Yes, PPSSPP emulates the PSP, and this looks like these elements. I had the PSP Go, the one that flips the screen a little bit up like an old Android phone, but this looks a lot like that. This looks a lot like the PSPs. So being able to emulate it might be able to then say, okay, I can now bring what the PS Vita was not into reality. This could be the PS Vita upgraded, basically. So this kind of makes sense in terms of like to play this. In terms of, is this special? No, because other handhelds can do this, but so far so good.
Running, and you can see we're pulling 7 to 8 watts with this game here at 4x, but when we take it up to a harder to emulate game like Chains of Olympus at 4x using the DirectX 11 backend does jump up there to close to 13 watts. Now if we drop the resolution down, which would still look great on this HIPS display, let's say 2x, we could get around 8 watts with this one and get better battery life out of it.
Yeah, so as I said before, because it's not OLED, it's basically allowed to be as light as it is and have a battery that's that small. And yes, you can size the screen to downsize it, reduce the resolution on the screen to 720p, 480 if you want to, so you can then, because not every game needs to have 1080p quality at this size. You don't need it to be 1080, depending on the game you want to play. So if you value battery life or you value, gameplay time, I would say downshift it. Am I driving? No, reduce the resolution. 8 watts isn't bad. It's playing at 60 FPS. So far, I don't see much downsides. I think price would be a big factor in terms of deciding whether you should go for this, because from what I can see so far, it's not giving me a reason to say this is better than other handhelds, the Legion, the Ally, the Steam Deck. The Switch is different, but so far it's more of like a PlayStation alternative to maybe a PlayStation Portal, but more of a whole unit. The PS Portal, it has to have a PS5 with it, so this is more of a standalone unit. So this can kind of sit in between the PS Portal and the PS Vita. But anyway, let's continue.
But I wanted to upscale a bit more here, and as you can see, the game plays absolutely amazingly, so you're not going to have any issues with PSP emulation on this device. Next up, we've got some original Xbox emulation using CXBX Reloaded. I tested Jet Set.
Yeah, CXBX. Again, emulation. It's nothing special, unfortunately. But let's finish this video off. I know you guys wanna watch the next video. So you know what? I'm gonna say subscribe, okay? My channel in the last month has had 35 of you guys join, which to some channels is not a lot, but for me that is a lot. It took me um 9 years to get to 1,000 subscribers. So that was a grind. That was like even getting 100 followers within a year was like a push. So it took almost literally 9 years to get to just over 1,000. So now to get 35 in a month, subscribe, guys.
And in order to adjust it, you can actually do it directly from the BIOS, or you could use a third-party app. It's really up to you. But when it comes down to it, I've been loving the GPD Win 4.
I want this now. My goodness, like, okay, let's take a second. I'm gonna nerd out a little bit, so if you don't like it, skip to the end. But listen, right? So this looks so similar to the PSP Go. Um, Being able to slide and have a full QWERTY keyboard. You even hold on. You even have all the F buttons. F1, F. You have shift. You have you get backlight. This is a full blown PC at this point. So this. Okay. So this basically allows this to be a PC, basically. You have a PC on hand. Yes, every handheld right now is basically a PC, but having a QWERTY keyboard behind the screen doesn't limit the use of it. So this is really smart. It reminds me of like a BlackBerry in a way, the old school style. The controllers look a lot like the Xbox controllers. I think these are the same Xbox type of controllers that you have here. The off-centered Joy-Con, is that a fingerprint scanner or is that, I don't even know. But this is interesting. I like it. I like it. Especially when you're emulating games or you are trying to use this for other things than gaming. You can basically use this as a monitor, as a PC, and as a second device. I like it. I like it. Should you guys buy it? Hold on. I need to find out one thing first of all. All right, let's see how much it costs. Hold on. This costs more than the Steam Deck, than the Lenovo Legion, than the ASUS ROG Ally and the Ally X. What? It's like $1,000. It's over £1,000. For you American viewers, that's like what, 1,400 dollars. So this is pretty expensive. Why? Why does it cost this much money? I need you guys to comment down below, okay? Because secondhand is looking around £800 and brand new is looking about 1,300, 1,400, depending on where you buy it from. This is extremely surprising. Okay. Should you guys buy this? Okay. I'm gonna say it. No. The prices of other handhelds are less and lower. Does this have a competitive advantage to those other handhelds? Yes, it does. It has better specs, on it. But if you're looking to just play basic games, yes, emulation probably is better on this because you have the full QWERTY keyboard, the better controls. But on the Steam Deck, it's mainly meant for Steam, and on the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Legion, those are more also meant to just copy the Steam Deck and play from the Steam store games. But this is more designed for pure emulation, but have the same power as the Steam Deck. That's a lie, more power than the Steam Deck. This is like a high-end unit. I am conflicted for this price. Okay, if you gave me £1,400 a day to go buy a handheld games console, I would not buy this. I would not make the most use of it. Somebody else might, but I wouldn't. I would go more for the Steam Deck. This is on the higher end, but depending on the type of gameplay you want, this is probably the best handheld out there. But anyway, what do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.